Hello folks, so today I'm going to tie a wee fly called the McLaren Muddler. I put up a tie-in of the golden olive bumble the other day, and somebody asked me if I would tie and do a video on the McLaren Muddler. So this is it here. So the hook on the vise is squared up, is a size 10 wet fly hook from Blood & Buzzer. The thread I'm going to use is Semperfly 50 denier nano silk in black. So I'll just get started behind the eye of the hook, roll on a few turns, come on with my scissors and knock away that excess. Run the thread on down towards the rear of the hook, round about where the barb would be if there was a barb on the fly, or on the hook, sorry. So there's two choices here for the tail. You can tie what is called a sunburst kit, which uses sunburst marabou, and just put on a wee marabou tuft. I'll tie this on just to show. So what you do is tear away the tufty ends at the base of the marabou. Come on then and take off your pinch of marabou, gather this all together, trim away that rough end here, and then just come on and that fluffy marabou, clear that away just to expose them stalks. Lay that down on top and then punch and loop that on, run your thread up and tie them on tight. Return your thread back down to where your tail is. Come on then and punch away that marabou and leave yourself a wee sunburst tail. And then, in keeping with the Cape McLaren, just come on then and tie your normal kit, and that will give you a sunburst kit. But I'm going to keep with the traditional Cape McLaren, and instead of using the sunburst marabou, I'm going to come on and tie it with the golden pheasant crest. So if you were tying the sunburst kit, just keep on the marabou and tie on the rest of your fly. But as I say, in keeping with the traditional Cape McLaren, this is golden pheasant crest. So remove a crest filler. If I get a decent one off this. So I have my crest filler here. So you want to keep the tail roughly about the length of the body of the fly out over the back. So lay that down on top, punch and loop that on and give it a couple of turns, and then take a look down through and line that golden pheasant crest up with the shank of the hook. When you have that lined up, hold it down tight and run your thread up, keeping the crest up on top. Run that up tight towards the eye of the hook. Come on then, you get rid of this marabou. Come on then with your scissors and knock away that excess. Run your thread on up just to tidy that on. So the next part in the fly is our rub, and here I have vineyard French wire and silver. So take off a piece of the silver wire, lay that down against the shank of the hook, and run that down towards the tail where we tied on that crest. Take your time then and tidy that on, and give her tight turns at the tail for our rubs to come up and our dubbing to start. So it looks alright to me there. So the body on the fly, what I have here is, this is black hare's ear from WALDO'S TROOT flies. It's black mixed with, there's a wee touch of pear flash on it. So I'll just pick out a taste of the dubbing. Turn the hook over, run on my dubbing, just give that a good full turn at the start just to get that dubbing caught, and then start running that up the body of the fly. And that just gives us a wee pear flash in the middle of the fly as well. Now you can, if you want, just use plain black seals fur or plain black floss. So pull all that dubbing back, come on and give her tight turns on behind the head of that. Now the palmered hackle on the fly, this is just, it's a basic cheap black cock cape. So come on and pick off our feather. So I have my feather here, just come on and strip away the fluff. Come on and run a wee bit of wax down the thread just to hold this stock. Lay my hackle down with the shiny side facing towards me. Come on and give your tight turns over the top of that just to hold that stock. Come on then and knock that stock away. Hold her feather towards the front, and that just encourages the fibres to roll forward when I'm turning on my hackle. So come on then with my hackle pliers, grab hold of the top and bring that hackle up if I get a grip of the top. So bring that hackle up through the body of the fly, and you want a good 4 turns of this hackle coming down the body of the fly. So when we get to the tail, come on then with our silver wire and come up through the body of the fly and slalom through those hackle fibres, trying our best not to catch them down. And you want a good 4 or 5 turns of this wire up through the body of the fly. Once we get up to the head, pull all the fibres back, pull your wire up tight, hold everything tight in your left hand, and then give 3 or 4 turns over that. Pull the wire out straight, and then give our tight turns over that wire towards the eye of the hook. Come on and helicopter that away. Give a wee run of wax down the thread. Pull all our fibres back, and then run that thread back down to where we tied off the wire. So just take your time then and come on and give them hackle fibres a wee fix. Locate the top that we tied on. Come on with our hackle pliers and just pull away that top. So the next part in the fly, this is it's a bag of brown, fiery brown hen hackles, and it's just the exact same hackles as is on a cape. The only difference is I've removed them from the cape. So when I come on with a fiery brown hackle that's slightly longer than the black I put on, but not overly longer, so that one's no good. Here's one here, a little bit better. Yeah, so just come on and same again, strip away that fluff, pull all the fibres back, locate the top, come on then and knock that away, just to leave our wee triangle to tie off. On with our wax and give a wee run of wax down that thread just to hold that triangle. Lay the triangle down on the side nearest yourself. Come on and give a good few turns over that triangle just to hold that down. So same again, get our hackle pliers, grab hold of that stock. Come on then and give a couple of turns. Now all this hackle is for here is just to give that brown colour at the head of the fly. So as I say, come on and give a couple of turns just to add that brown colour at the head of the fly. So them 2 turns will be plenty, so I'm just going to come on and strip away the fibres that I don't need. And give that last half a turn on. Come on and tie that down tight. So a few turns over that. Come on with my scissors and knock away that stock. So come on then and give my tight turns over the top of that stock and run the thread towards the eye and back down again, just to give us a level base now for the deer here that we're going to turn on, and run that thread back on tight to the last turn of hackle that we put on. So that's our, now if you were tying a Cape McLaren, that's your Cape McLaren wet fly, but we're going to add the muddler head to the fly. So what I have here is it's just a piece of standard deer hair. You want to take off roughly about 30 fibres from the deer hair patch. Come on then, just trim that away, and hold all this hair in your left hand, come on with your right hand, and just pick away them. I'll bring over my whisk basket. So just come on and pick away all those fibres that's on that deer hair. So what you want to do then is get our stacker, drop that deer hair under a hair stacker, and give the stacker half a dozen wee taps on the bench. Come on then and bring that hair out. Now the hair that we have here, you want this round about the same length as the hackle that we put on. Now don't wax the thread. And when you're wrapping this on, give yourself, run the thread down, give yourself a couple of mil gap between where the hackle is and where we're going to tie on the deer here. So lay them down, as I say, roughly the same length as the hair the hackle that we put on. Come on then, pinch and loop over the top of that, give a loose turn over, and then let this go in your hand as you pull the thread towards yourself. And what that does is it fans out them fibres. Now this is all done while the thread is loose, and then as you pull tight, that'll twist round and give you that shape round the fly. Now once you pull that tight, don't loosen this thread again, because if you loosen that thread, everything will go haywire on you. So as you're coming through, slalom your thread on through that deer here. What we're looking to do is get on to where the eye of the hook is. So as you come through, pull that hair back towards the rear of the flight. Now you always keeping the tension on this here, don't let the tension off that at all. So as you get to the eye of the hook, pull everything back from the eye and come on then and give I need to push this back a wee bit because it's sit a wee bit tight against the head. Don't be afraid to give that a push back, because it'll move because it's not tied down tight yet. Come on then and give your tight turns and behind the eye of the hook. Always keeping the tension on your thread. Come on then and give your 3 or 4 turn whoop finish. And I'm actually going to give 2 whoop finishes just to make sure that this is secure on behind the eye. Come on then and get your scissors. Come on and knock that thread away. Now, this is the important part in the fly here. What you want to do is all these hair that you've pushed back, just come on and bring them all forward. What we're going to do is we're going to come on with, I have a pair of curved point scissors here. So just come on, pull all that deer hair forward, and then using the eye of the hook, just come on and take your time and go around the fly. Now don't clump them straight away. As you go around, take off 3 or 4 fibres, or 3 or 4 pieces of the deer hair, and as I say, using the eye of the hook as your guide for coming around. And just take your time and go around the fly, and piece by piece trim back that deer hair. As I say, you don't want to dive into this and pull everything forward and try to clump it, because you'll make a mess. Take your time and go around the fly and take them off piece by piece. You're better off spending a wee bit of extra time here than just falling at it with a pair of scissors, because what you'll end up doing then is you'll end up making a mess of the head and making a mess of the fly basically. But take your time and go around that. Now you don't want the fibres that we left on the length of the hackle, you don't want to come on and cut them. That's what gives you the muddler look towards the head of the fly. Now if it's a wee bit, if they look a wee bit heavy or a wee bit out of place, there's no harm coming in and snipping them away as well, you know what I mean. That's your own choice. How many fibres you want to leave off the longer deer here. But as I say, the wee bit of time that you spend now can round on trimming that in, the extra 5 minutes that you spend or 10 minutes that you spend makes a world of difference. And don't get hung up about it looking perfect, because you could sit there all day and go round and round and round that fly and think it looks grand now, and then when you look back at it you go, no, there a wee bit that's too long, and you go back in, you cut another bit, and before you know it there's nothing left of the fly and nothing left of the head of it. As I say, you want to leave a half decent length to the deer here. So that would be near enough for me there. Now, as I say, you can have that deer here as light or as fine as you want. If you didn't want as much steer here, pull the other fibres, pull them forward, and just come on and do the same, and take your time and go around them. I prefer to leave them on. It causes more of a wake if them longer fibres are on. So the last thing to do then is just come on then with our tie and varnish. And just come on and give the head of that fly a coat of varnish. It'll probably take a couple of coats to finish that up. I'll just come on then with a wee piece of wire, run that through the eye, just to clean out that eye, and there you have it, folks. That's your Muddler Kate McLaren. Now, as I say, you can tie a sunburst kit as well, as I showed you at the start, with the sunburst marabou at the tail instead, which is also a good fly as well. But in keeping with, so that's your sunburst kit with a sunburst marabou at the tail, but in keeping with a traditional Kate McLaren, that's your Kate Muddler. So, I hope that was helpful. Until the next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.